What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our big NCAA opening lines, early leans show that we shoot every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern. To watch the entire show, just hit the link on the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. Let's move on to Friday's action. 7 p.m. Louisiana Raging Cajuns, 8-1 on the season, 6-1 in the Sun Belt at Appalachian State. Mountaineers 7-2, 5-1 in the Sun Belt. Kid Brewer Stadium, Boone, North Carolina, 39 Fahrenheit, mostly cloudy. Let's see what we are dealing with from an odds perspective. App State opening as 3-point favorites, and that's moved to 2.5. This total opened up at 53. The Raging Cajuns have won 5 straight. They're coming off a 70-20 beatdown of Louisiana Monroe. Their strong defense will get tested by App State. On the year, Louisiana allowing just 21 points a game, 354.2 yards per game. It's seniors night for the Mountaineers. App State took out the anger of a 34-23 loss at Coastal Carolina 2 weeks ago with a 47-10 win at home over Troy. And I don't know why when I was going over the games, I was like, how am I not on this game? You knew they were going to be so angry all week and just take it out on the Trojans. App State averages 32.8 points per game, only allows 18. Their stingy defense allows just 319.2 yards per game. Let's get CMac to open this one up. Louisiana Raging Cajuns, Appalachian State, Sun Belt, Fun Belt. Take it away.
This is a good one. I think the line and the side and the total are spot on here. I mean, this is what I would have made it 3 and right around 52, 53. I mean, I give a slight lean. I've been on the Raging Cajuns all year. I love Appalachian State. I don't really see anything here. I mean, if you're Appalachian State, you're laying a field goal. I mean, that's it. You like them? If not, take Lafayette. And I like the number of 53. It might just creep over. Both teams, I think, can score, but both teams have good defenses, so it's a real tough one. Tough one here, so it could stay under a bit. So I just don't have nothing. I think it'll be a good football game. I just don't think it's a great betting game right here for myself. So,
Raging Cajuns, Mountaineers. John Ryan, do you have anything for this?
I'm coming in the same mode as Connor. I think it's a great game to watch, but I don't see really any solid betting opportunities right now to get early line action. The lines do indicate like a 28-25 Appalachian State win. So you have to ask yourself again, like if you're one that likes Appalachian State and you think they can score more than 28, just know that the Raging Cajuns are 46-96 against the spread the last 10 years in games where they have allowed 28 or more points. So with that said, I'm going to be watching this game. I don't even have a lean on this. Appalachian State's the better team, though.
I lean that way too, John. And if App State is the better team, it's seniors night, and they're at home, and they're less than 3-point favorites, why aren't you on them?
Because I think the line should actually be 7 or 8. The power ratings I have is 6.5. So when I get situations like you just described, it's kind of a contrarian process in my brain where, okay, well, why is this game -3 and not -7? A lot of, early on in my, when I was learning this whole industry, sure, you look at that and you think, oh my God, I'm getting 3 points of value. But I learned over time, it becomes more contrarian. Like it's not value. It's kind of like, okay, what's going on here? It's kind of puzzling. So
you're thinking, what does the line, who's making, the lines, Vegas, what do they know that we don't a little bit when you think it should be different? And because right now at DraftKings and Circa, it's 2.5. So if you can get to a book there or you're on DraftKings and you like Appalachian State, now would be the time to take it. I think it goes to 3, maybe a little over 3, 3.5.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it goes lower than 2.5. And if anything, you could be 3.5, 4 game time. Mm-hmm. But, it's kind of like I think, what do the betting gods know? Because you know how I think it's betting. Human betting behavior is what establishes the line. And we've been through that story enough. I don't have to repeat it, but it just makes me, it's a head scratcher. Like, huh?
Well, let's hear.
What's Nolly know?
Yeah, let's hear what Nolly Knows has to say about.
Tell me something, Nolly.
Raging Cajuns, Mountaineers.
All right. Well, yeah. To me, when I look at the line, I think that's kind of telling the story of what people have seen out of Louisiana Lafayette. Let's remember they did beat Iowa State game 1, 31-14 game, and their only loss came to Coastal Carolina. They lost on a game-winning drive, a field goal by Coastal Carolina, and which was a great game. And this matchup here, I agree, it is going to be a great matchup. It is a solid game. This is typically for the Sun Belt title, but this year, App State didn't make it. It's going to be Louisiana Lafayette going to try to get revenge against Coastal Carolina. So how much do they want this game is a question mark. I know that they're going to want a battle, but one thing that you popped up a comment from Dennis Garcia is that Appalachian State has owned this matchup. You talk about in the last 2 years, they beat them 4 times in 2 years, twice in 2 seasons. You look, and a big reason for it last year was their ability to stop Lewis. Lewis is a mobile quarterback for Louisiana Lafayette. I don't like the way he can throw the ball. And you look what he's done, 4 rushes, minus 16 yards. Mind you, that was 3 sacks. And then the other game, 7 rushes for 6 yards, only took 1 sack. It was a 38-45 game the last time out. 14 points scored in the last 4 minutes for Louisiana Lafayette. So a much bigger blowout than you might think. And here you got Zach Thomas, Zach Thomas playing his last game as a starter here in Appalachian State in senior night, giving me less than a field goal. I think Appalachian State is the better team, and I just think the line is more so overreaction from how well Louisiana Lafayette is playing and the fact of their resume. I think Appalachian State is the better team. They'll be able to run the ball. They've got a great defense. I think they'll put a lot of pressure on Lewis, which he won't be able to be mobile. So I'm on Appalachian State here.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. It feels like the fact that we know it's the Raging Cajuns versus Coastal Carolina in the title game, that this is a huge game for App State to send some kind of a message before the season ends. Interesting. Underdog Ruiz in the house. Man, great to see you. Being too long. App State Mountaineers for Nolly Knows, and he's getting under 2.5. Feels like the spot here. Nolly, with 2 great defenses going at each other, what's keeping you off of the under? And I know a lot of guys in the chat are on the over, but what's keeping you off this under 53?
Well, I mean, I gotta say it is a lean. You're supposed to get some snow showers earlier in the day in Boone. I did look that up. I was hoping maybe that weather gets pushed back a little bit, but there are great defenses, and playing in Boone typically more conducive towards the under. I mean, it would be a lean, but I think Louisiana Lafayette could be a little bit leaky, and I think Thomas goes off in this game. He's looked really good, and he looked really good last game, and I think he's going to do his thing. He's always lit up Louisiana Lafayette.